like some oyster chowder. Have you ever gone to the grocery store to get something, they didn't have it, so you went somewhere else, and then once you got there, you found something you didn't plan to buy, but you bought anyway because it was on sale? Welcome to what happened to me today. So I went to our local Kroger store in Wichita. We call it Dillon's. But I wanted leeks to make some soups, and they didn't have any leeks. So I went across the street to Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart a lot, but when I do, it's amazing I can find things I don't find at Kroger. So they had leeks, so I got the leeks. And then I walked in the seafood department, and I found these. So I love oysters, right? And I've been wanting to make oyster stew for a while. But today I found them on closeout. We're going to need some vegetables. I like to use a little bit of chopped celery, actually minced. Very little bit of green onion. About a quarter of a white onion. And then these are leeks. Now when you buy leeks, they look like giant green onions. What you do is you cut the green part off and you cut the end of the bulb off. And then you can mince this. We're not going to use a whole lot, maybe almost an inch. Then I'm going to have some corn. I like corn in the chowder because it makes it a more mouthfeel pleasant. So I've got some white shoe peg corn I'm going to use. I've also got some cream corn that I probably won't use, but I'll have it on the side in case I need to bulk this up. I also have a couple cans of diced potatoes. Now you can go ahead and cook down potatoes and cut them up if you want. This is just a time saver. As far as seasonings, I'm going to use some salt, pepper, and garlic. In this case, I'm using Kinder's the Blend just because it's fast and easy. I like a little bit of Caribbean flavor to offset the flavor of the oyster itself. Makes it less fishy. So this is Caribbean fish seasoning from Grace. You don't have to use this. It's just something I like. And then last but not least, I like a little Greek seasoning in there. Next, we're going to need butter. Now I'm going to use garlic butter because I like the base that it creates. If you haven't seen me use this before, this is a Sam's Club product called Chef Chamois. Really good stuff. A little lemon juice. Seafood stock. If you don't have seafood stock, don't sweat it. You can use water. You can use a little white wine and some chicken stock. That's fine too. And then last but not least, to create the cream, I'm going to need some half and half and or heavy cream. You can use either one. Really doesn't matter. All right, let's start by getting the pots warmed up. I'm going to go right around medium to medium high. I've got my vegetables cut up here, and there's my tray. So I've got green onion. This is celery, white onion, and my leeks. That's about a quarter of a white onion. Just the stalks of one group of green onion. That's about one stalk of celery minced, and like I said, about an inch of the leeks. So as that pot starts to warm up, I'm going to add some butter, and you can put in as much butter as you like. I'm going to put what's left in this container, which is going to be about a tablespoon and a half, give or take. And let that start to melt down. I'm going to go ahead and put all of my vegetables in there. Just kind of stir that around, let them work down a little bit. And we'll go ahead and add a little of each of our seasonings, maybe a half a teaspoon of each thing, and work that around. Now we're going to let these vegetables really work down to limp. So the idea is to get them so they're clarifying, basically translucent before we do anything else. It took a couple of minutes. You can see how that's kind of reduced already, and they're getting a little mushy. That's perfect. We're going to go ahead and start to build from there. Now what I'm going to do is put my potatoes in with the water. And like I said, I shopped at Walmart today, so guess where those came from? I'm going to go ahead and put 2 cans of potatoes in there. Mix those in. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my seafood stock here. Just enough to cover the potatoes. And you'll see a little color change as I do that. And then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm going to bring this to a boil But before I do, I'm going to add my can of corn. While waiting for this to come to a good boil, I took the oysters out of the containers, rinsed them really well, got all the grit off of them, and then kind of picked through to make sure if there were any that just didn't look good, I threw them away. We're going to put them in the pot next. I'm going to stir this around a little bit. And in goes the fish. Now once the oysters are in here, we're going to move this around. They're going to cook very, very quickly. But we need to season them, so I'm going to hit them with a little more of my fish seasoning. And a little more salt, pepper, and garlic. Okay. And then we're going to start pouring cream in here. So we just pour some cream in there like that. And then very easily mix it around. And that's just about perfect. Now we're going to bring this back up to a boil. And then we'll decide whether or not we need to thicken it. And if we do, we'll sift flour. This has been at a nice soft boil for about the last 6 or 7 minutes. And I actually am happy with the consistency. I don't see any reason to turn it into a cream soup like a chowder. I mean, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that, but I like it like this. Now, what I am going to do, now that the oysters are cooked all the way through, is I'm going to start taking them out of the broth and chopping them up into smaller pieces, because trying to eat oyster stew with oysters that big is a little difficult. Plus, it'll also change the consistency and actually thicken it just a little bit more. So I've taken most of the bigger oysters out, and all I'm going to do is just cut them into probably thirds, halves, depending on how big they are. All right, with everything back in the pot, I'm going to let this cook at a simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's ready to serve. There's what it looks like. Oyster chowder, fast and easy, really good. Until next time, if there's something you'd like me to make, if you have a comment or a question, shoot me an email, bill@kansasflamingochef.com, or comment right here on this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Eat fabulous.